So first thing we're going to do is we need to create a folder to store all of our files in. So you're going to create a new folder. From there, you're going to locate your thumb drive. Mine is called eStandard. So select that, and what you're going to do from there is type in drafting 220. So DRF 220. Hit create. So from here, it's creating. Hold on a second. All right, so from here, I can just do a new project, and it's going to, hopefully it'll put it into that folder. If not, you may have to search for it. So I'm going to go to my thumb drive, drafting 220, and we're going to call this practice house. Click OK, and now I can get started. So right now I'm going to do the main floor. So what I want to do is grab a 2x6 brick. So I've selected the 2x6 brick, and I'm going to draw. Notice this, pay attention up here to my length. I'm looking for, it's going to end up being 36 feet, but we're going to get it just close. So I drew a line in at 36. Right now it wants to know which side of this line is going to be the exterior of your house. So I'm going to click here and say this is my exterior. Okay, so what it did is put the brick on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to come over here, get it as close as you can. Ooh, I didn't get very close. So I'm going to draw another line. I believe this is going to be right around 24 feet. Come back and finish it up. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my cleanup, and it's going to, if anything is close, I think it's within 6 inches, it will join a wall or shorten up a wall to make everything match up. Right now, so that you can see a little bit easier, I'm going to hit Control Q. Remember that will enlarge your dimensions. If I hit Control Q again, it will make them smaller. Okay, so from here, I'm going to hit Zoom Extents, and it will zoom in on whatever it is that I've created thus far. From here, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these 36 by 24. So I'm going to tell them how long to be. So I'm going to double click my dimension, and I'm going to type in 36 feet. It is defaulting to inches, so you do have to always type in feet if you want. So if I want 36 inches, I can just type in 36. Second thing is right over here is I need to tell it what wall I want to move. Or I can do each wall equal distance. It doesn't matter really which one you do, just always do it the same. So right now I'm going to move this left wall out to make this 36. It's actually going to move it in. So I'm going to select that way, and now I have 36. The next thing I want to do is I want to create this, or make this 24. So I'm going to double click on this, type in 24 feet, and I want to move this line. So now I'm 36, 24. So once we're in here, there's a few things that we need to make note of. First thing up here is auto dimension. I can turn that on or turn that off. That will automatically put my dimensions in. That's great right now when I'm doing the exterior of my house, but after this step, I don't really want that on because I'm going to tell it where to put dimensions or what the dimensions need to be. Other things, if I do not want to make a 2x6 wall, what I can do is double click, and all of my features of that wall will show up. So right now I can select here, and I can change it to a 2x4 with siding. What this 2x6 with brick is basically, it's a 2x6 framed house, and then there is the brick on the exterior. So this is right here is my 2x6, and then that is my brick exterior, and there's a little space in between. So I can go through, I can change it. I'm going to keep it at 2x6 brick. I can change the height, angle, offset, all kinds of different things that we'll get into eventually. You don't really need to worry about those at this point, so I'm going to keep it the way it is. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put in a wall. I am going to do a what do I want to do? I want to do a 3.5 inch partition because a 2x4 is actually only 3.5 inches wide. And I'm going to go ahead and just draw in, we'll call this, oops, sorry, grab that again. And I'm going to draw a kitchen, and we'll call this a bathroom. Clean that up real quick. Alright, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in some doors and windows. First thing I'm going to look for is an interior door, and I want it to be a 30-inch colonial. So I'm going to come up here to a window, and I'm going to say I want interior door, and I'm going to do colonial. I want it to be 30 by 80. So I'm going to pick this one right here. Click OK. So to put it in, put the door where it needs to be. You always want a residential house, for the most part. There's exceptions, but you're going to have a door always open into the room. Okay, so if I hover below the wall, it'll put it in and go open to the left, open to the right. I want this door to open to the left and into the room. Okay, so I'm going to put another one here. I want this one to open to the left. I'm going to put another door, an exterior door. So let's do exterior door. Let's do a colonial. Let's go 60 by 80. So that is going to be, it's a double door actually. Let's just do 36 by 80 here. So I want this to open in. And I'm going to put a French door in here. So French door is basically the two side-by-side doors. So we'll go French, we'll go 60 by 80 on that French door. Okay, so what this is showing is the two French doors opening. A few things. If I need to go in and edit these, the easiest thing to do is I grab my select tool so that I'm not still in that old tool. And you need to hover right over, this is my header, that little dotted line, that's what that's representing. I'm going to double click that, and now it's going to give me all of the different features of that door. So I could go in and change the door. I could put shutters, grill, but what I'm worried about is making it open into the room or out of the room. So what I can do is I can say reverse door swing. So let me move this over so you can see what's going to happen. So pay attention to this. I can say reverse door swing, and it will make it swing basically out of the room. And I can reverse the hinge side. Okay. I don't need to change anything on that right now. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few windows. So I'm going to go back up to my openings, and I'm going to say I want a window, and I'm going to put in a double hinge. That's what I'm looking for. So, sorry, double hung. It's where you have the windows stacked up, they slide up and down. I'm going to put in a 4 foot by 5 foot. So 48. We'll go 48 by 60. So I'm going to put one here, one here, one here, and one here. Okay, so same thing is if I want to edit these, I can do the same thing. So let's say I'm going to double click it. All the features are going to show up. Let's say I want to put a grill on it. So I'm going to say I'm going to select the grill box. So put the grills on it. I'm going to put some shutters on it. Shutters are an option. Click this box. I can select whatever shutters I want. I'm not too worried about what you pick. And now I'm going to click OK. So what it did is it added the shutters to this house. And what I can do is I can go to Edit, and I can say Repeat Edit. So whatever I just did there, I can do it here, here, and here. So it's not a big deal when you have 4 windows, but if I had 50 windows that I needed to change something on, that's my quickest way. But it will only do the last thing that you did. So real quick, what I want to do is take a look at what my house looks like from the exterior in a 3D model. So under 3D views, I can do a shaded, well, they have a visible line, shaded, sketched, illustrated, watercolor, all these different ones. I'm going to do a shaded real quick. I'm going to double click that. It's going to save my changes, and what I'm going to do is get another tab up here. And now I can take a look at the exterior of my house. So for this, zoom in and zoom out with your roller ball. I can hold my roller down to orbit. And what I'm worried about is whether or not I put in both. Okay, so because I did the grill and the shutters at the same time, it did do both of those features. But if I were to do the grills, close out of the grill, put that into the one window, then go back in and put shutters on, it would only, when I repeat edit, it would only do the shutters, if that makes any sense. You can right click to pan. It takes us a second for the graphics to get caught up. I like to, you can also use this over here, this little ball to kind of flip through, or right here. Figure out what works best for you. I always do like to take a look at my project as I go to make sure I'm not doing anything that I shouldn't. So it's going to save that right there as its own tab, so you can always go back and click on that anytime you need to. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position my doors and windows and my walls, put everything basically where I want it. So what I'm going to do is go to dimension, and I'm going to say auto dimension. So what it's going to do is put in all of those dimensions. Okay. Remember, I have everything zoomed up a little bigger so you can see it a little easier. Yours probably won't look this big. All right, so what I'm going to do is go in and make these all, position these where I want them. So it's actually a very easy step, except for you always need to work either counterclockwise or clockwise, because it's going to move your walls, and it can really create a lot of confusion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the top right corner. I'm going to double click this dimension, and I want to make that dimension 8 feet. So I'm just going to type in 8 feet, and I'm going to move. I want this feature to move. I want the door to move. If I click to the right, what it's going to do is move this wall, which is going to mess up my 36. So I'm going to click over. It moves that to 8 feet. Now it's saying the distance between here and here. I want to double click that. I want to make that 11 feet. So I'm type in 11 feet. I want to move that feature to the left. Keep watching your 36 and make sure it remains the same. And that should be 17. Now I'm going to work my way down here. I want to make this 12. So I make this 12 feet, and I want to move the feature down. So it makes it 12, 12. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to say I want this to be 8 feet. So I'm going to say 8 feet. And I want to move that feature to the right. I'm going to double click this. I want this to be 10 feet. Feature there. I'm going to double click this one and make this 10 feet as well. So you should have those dimensions exactly the way they are on my floor plan. Now what I'm going to do is put in some interior dimensions. So what I want to do is first go dimension, so I'm going to dimension, and then say dimension format. Right now the interior, I can choose whether I want to go to the edge, I can do the centers, or single. So what I want to do right now is I want to dimension to the edge of my interior walls. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go ahead and I want to dimension the width of this from here to here. So I'm going to say dimension, and I want dimension there. I want to do, I don't know how wide it is from this face to this face, and let's do from here to here. I know this is sloppy right now, but here to here, and let's do one more. Let's do this wall to this wall. So we're going to pause the video right there. I have a 15-minute time cap for each of these videos. This will be part 1. We'll pick up on part 2.